I can't understand the actions of my master plan. Can a nigga revel in the thoughts of a day? I can't understand the actions of my master plan. Can a nigga revel in the thoughts of a day?
Let it just be, innit? Still shitting on niggas. Still shitting on them. Yo, so check it out, Vibe by Ward TV. We're gonna get into a new video reaction from TDE. Ab-Soul is back with another video, another single. This one's called Do Better. It's been out for a little minute now actually, but you know what I mean, I haven't been able to get to it as of yet, but we're gonna get into it right now. I'm hoping this is gonna be the one. Moonshooter definitely was a great song. I enjoyed that. Maybe not great, but it was a very good song. But Moonshooter, I feel like it filled the void because the past singles they had dropped before that maybe didn't do and hit the way they should have. But probably, to be honest, it just wasn't quite of that level. But yeah, we've got to Do Better now. I can see this one's 5 minutes long, so I'm expecting this one to be, you know what I mean, the one. I don't think he's released an update in terms of if a project is coming. I don't think he's announced a date. I don't think he's announced a title as of yet. But yo, the videos and the music is coming now, so you know what I mean, the treadmill is moving now, so I would hope that we're in Ab-Soul season and Ab-Soul's going to be the next one out of the gate from TDE. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into Do Better, Ab-Soul. Let's go, TDE shit.
The know-it-all that's always wrong, but I be claiming I'm advanced. This my second.
The know-it-all that's always wrong. The know-it-all that's always wrong, but I be claiming I'm advanced. Okay, that's some self-reflection there for sure. All right.
Second chance.
A recollection of thoughts by yourself.
They always haunt my dreams. The green twins with.
And one thing I think is important to contextualize about Ab-Soul is that this is a very introspective brother. You know what I mean? This is someone who's very deep in his thoughts. He has a lot of deep thoughts. He's a deep thinker. And he's someone, he's been in the game for a long time. Like, obviously he's out of TDE. But you gotta understand, he's an original member. Like, when Kendrick and J-Rock were first on the scene, Ab-Soul was there alongside them. And it was Ab-Soul, Ab-Soul, J-Rock and Kendrick as the original members of TDE. Schoolboy Q even came after that, a couple years after that. But, you know what I mean, on the early mixtapes back in, what, 2004, 2005, when I was first getting an understanding of TDE and I was first hearing them and stuff, Ab-Soul was always there, you know what I mean? Like, I believe, if I remember correctly, J-Rock and Kendrick did like an America's Most Wanted style album when it was going over a lot of the Snoop Dogg and Tupac beats, you know what I mean? And Ab-Soul was always there, so he's been in the game for as long as those guys. Cool, he maybe hasn't had the same level of success. I would say at a certain period he was even ahead of J-Rock in terms of popularity or clout or whatever word you might want to put on it. But obviously J-Rock came back with Redemption and 9005 and took it to another level. And Ab-Soul's been very quiet for a while, but it's, you know what I mean, he's a man, as I say, who's very much a deep thinker, and he's had a lot of clear internal conflicts, let's say, and obviously maybe doubts in his ability, writer's block, it could be a multitude of things. But at the same time, he's gone through a lot, man. Like, you know what I mean, he suffers from an eye condition, which obviously it's made him lose some of the pigmentation in his lips, and obviously that's why he's always wearing shades, because obviously he's very sensitive to light and stuff like that. Obviously, I think it was in 2014, maybe it might have been, or 13. He lost his girlfriend at that time, who obviously was part of the camp. I don't know if she was signed to TDE, but she was a part of the camp, Laurie Jo. She committed suicide. So that would have taken a toll on him. And obviously he developed a very close friendship with Mac Miller. And obviously Mac Miller passed away 7 years ago as well. So he's a man who's gone through a lot. So I'm sure there have even been other things in his personal that obviously we haven't even heard about. So yeah, man, those are things that, you know what I mean, it's not easy to get over death and stuff like that, and the grieving process is different for everyone. But it is good to hear him back on the scene. We're going to see obviously what he delivers here, but it's just good to see him and see him, you know, still doing what I would imagine he loves, which is making music, creating music, and putting out music for his fans. So, yo, let's go.
With your eyes, they all my dreams.
Soulful shit. Okay.
Gotta do better, I 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 gotta do better.
So one thing we're seeing off the rip is, you know what I mean, no shades. So when you see Ab-Soul without the shades, just know that's some deeper shit that we're gonna get into, and this is something from the heart, from the soul. Another interesting thing is obviously we're seeing him on the ledge, you know what I mean, of a building, which is, you know what I mean, obvious what that is. So there's a man definitely in conflict with his thoughts, but he knows he's got to do better. He wants to do better. So yeah, man, let's see what's gonna happen now.
I gotta do better, I gotta do better, I gotta.
Depression is a bitch, man.
Gotta do better, I gotta do better, I gotta do better today. Gotta do better before it's too late.
Said I gotta do better, I gotta do better, I gotta pick up the pieces and master the puzzle upon us. Look the man in the mirror in the eye and be honest. Slow down time, get back in line with my chakras. Reach for the galaxy, leave stardust for thus after me. Enter the void, fill in the cavity. Risk the reward if that's how it has to be. I gotta do better, I gotta do better, I gotta do everything in my power to.
That's crazy though, because it's like he obviously there's a visual of him jumping. He's jumped off the building, but he's watching himself jump off the building. It's almost like, you know what I mean, a projection. You know, in astral projection, there's this idea of where, like, for example, you're in sleep paralysis, and then you wake up from your sleep, but you're still asleep. It's like your body's still asleep, but your soul ascends and is obviously is conscious, and you can, in that conscious state, see yourself sleeping. So that's obviously the whole idea around astral projection and sleep paralysis. So it's almost like, I don't know if that's kind of how it's been worked in here. So it's like a concept or an idea, or maybe they're just showing the visuals of what he may be thinking, in terms of like, he's thinking to maybe jump from a building, and in those thoughts he's actually contemplating of actually what that might look like. But I think that's a cool little visual where you can see him there looking at his body leaving the building. But obviously with those points that I just made in mind as well, I think that could all tie in as well.
They try to do what gotta do. Ride the tide, don't fight with the current that guided you. Melt the ice round the furnace.
Don't fight with the current that guided you. That's a deep one. The things that brought you here, don't fight with it, you know what I mean? Don't bite the hand that feeds you, you know what I'm saying?
Burning inside of you, I gotta do better, I gotta do better, I gotta do better. There's nothing they can do that I can't do better. Better yet, there's nothing I can do that I can't do better.
There's not nothing that they can do that I can't do better. So to some that might be, you know what I mean, quite an arrogant thing to say, but coming from Ab-Soul, I know he's talking about the music industry, and he's seeing people who's having success in the music industry and doing things and mashing works that don't have half of the skill level that he knows he has. So he knows he's got to do better to accomplish the goals that he wants to reach. So I feel that for sure.
Yeah, I'm better. I said I'm better.
Gotta do better, I 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 gotta do better, gotta do better.
It's a bit of a sad one, but
gotta do better before it's too late.
Shade stuck to my face, hoodie glued to my head. Hiding from the same world that made me who I am. Depressed, can't even get out of bed. Too blessed to be so stressed. I do.
damn, he said the shade stuck to my face, hoodie over my head, afraid to basically step into the world and meet the people who have put him in the position he is, and being someone who's recognized and influential within music and within culture. So the depression has got him glued to the bed and not wanting to leave the house and wanting to be, you know what I mean, incognito and not be seen, which is sad to hear. Obviously, like, as a low-key person, you know, like, those things can come to you a bit more natural, but at the same time, it's like that prolonged state of it where it's like how long does this last for? When do you kind of snap out of it and decide, okay, no, I do need to go outside. I do need to go and do what I need to do. I do need to be better. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you know you have the tools and you have the arsenal, you have the skill set with you to do certain things. You know what I mean? When you're maybe, doing certain substances or whatever it might be, that's your vice. You know, these things and the thoughts you have in that state can allow you to kind of, continue to do the things you were doing and not necessarily taking those steps forward. You know what I'm saying?
Do all this shit just to say get off my dick. Mixed emotions prohibit my focus. This what you wanted, what's wrong with you? You don't make sense. Feel like I can flip at any moment. Faces playing and it's fucking with me. Doing drugs was just a war with boredom, but it's sure to get me. Lord forgive me.
Doing drugs was just a, what did he say? Doing drugs was just a war. No, doing drugs was just a war against boredom or something like that. So man just said that, you know what I mean? Doing drugs was just a case of killing the time. Literally as a thing of boredom. I feel like a lot of people can relate and a lot of people do those same things to kind of plug the gaps that they may have in their day or in their schedule. You know what I'm saying?
Amen. Wear the crown of thorns for sport. I'm just waiting for a stone to hit me. Relationship on the rocks. My family all concerned. My homie still on the block, getting it off the curb. I'm stricken by survivor's guilt. I'm getting it off of words. Word.
Stricken by survivor's
Come
guilt.
on, Herb. You
Gotta do better. I gotta do better. I gotta
Come on,
do
Herb.
better. I gotta do better.
Not talking to Absol, it's talking
Gotta do
to,
better. I gotta
you know
do
what I mean, the
better.
name that his mum gave him. Serious, man. He's a
Gotta
person.
do better. I gotta do better. I gotta do better. Gotta do better today. Gotta do better before it's too late.
Yeah, man. Can't do it, bro. Think of all the people that love you, you know what I mean? All the people that you've influenced, your family, your friends, all the people that care for you, the people that need you in their life. You know what I mean? You gotta do better. That's not the way out. You know what I mean?
I'm just grateful that I'm here, man. I'm grateful that I'm alive to share my testimony. I want to make this clear. I'm laughing because I've cried enough about it. So I'm choosing to laugh now because I'm here, I'm standing tall,
Yeah, man.
and I'm grateful.
That's it.
So that's how I'm choosing. I'm doing the work.
That's all you can do, man. Do the work. Take the first steps. Take those steps forward. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. This is proper. Directed by Omar Jones. Shout out Omar Jones, man. Visual code. I always say, anytime I see black and white visuals, that nostalgic element, it instantly just gives you that realness and gives you that feeling of like, this is to be paid attention to now, because you're not going to see all the vibrancy of colours and stuff. So you really got to lock in to pay attention what's going on and what's the message that's being conveyed. But yo, Absol's back, man. Absol's back. It seems like he's doing the work, as he said. You know what I mean? A lot of self-reflection, a lot of collection of thoughts. He's putting pieces together and creating a timeline for kind of what's happened in the past and maybe the things he needs to change and the things he needs to do better going forward. It's good to hear new music from him. You know what I mean? As always, we're happy to hear from Absol. We know he's gone through a lot of challenges, but he's one of the best lyricists, you know what I mean, the game has to offer, and he's really up there, top tier artist. So we want him to be healthy, we want him to have clear mind, and obviously have clear thoughts, and be able to give us his best, and for him, the sake of himself and for the people around him, to deliver what he feels like he needs to deliver for the game. So yeah, man, that was Absol, man. Do Better. Very good song. Very deep song. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Showing a lot of the ingredients that kind of go into depression and kind of being at your lowest point and kind of struggling with day-to-day things in life. He obviously mentioned that he suffered from a lot of survivor's guilt, with a lot of obviously significant people passing away who's been close to him. But yeah, man, I'm happy to hear from Absol. I'm happy to hear that he's doing the work. And hopefully we get a project announcement soon if we don't already. And I'm obviously going to always be checking for Absol because, as I say, I've been rocking with him for a very long time. And yeah, man, that was Absol. Do Better. It was a heavy one, a very heavy one, but I'm glad that I checked in on that, and I'm glad to hear that Absol's doing better. So yeah, Do Better, Absol, Vibe by Water TV. Come back for another one. Like, comment, and subscribe as always, and we out.